Canada, eh?
Hey everyone, it's the Canadian Card Collector back again with another video, and we are looking at the weekly auction results from Fanatics over the last month or so. If you remember, about a month ago I did a recap video showing the top 48 cards out of each auction and the football card results. And today I'm looking at auctions 235 through 238, and this is the third month I'm doing this. And I'm beginning to get some data in here, and I'm going to show you some of the results. And we're going to look at the top 48 selling cards for football each week and just evaluate what's going on in the market. If you remember, we are looking at the top seller each week, the Brady cards that are selling, just to see what his market is up to, as well as the highest sales and cards before 2000. You'll see that there is some momentum brewing towards the pre-2000 cards, so we're going to get into that, and then we're going to look at some cards themselves. So just looking at the individual auctions, you could see again Tom Brady leading the way as the most featured player every week in the last 4 weeks. Mahomes cards runner-up every week, as you could see, but far behind Brady. In this latest auction, Brady was actually featured 17 out of the top 48 times, so more than a third of all cards were Tom Brady. The highest sale out of this past month was a $78,000 card, a flawless Patrick Mahomes out of 25. The bottom card for each week, as in the 48th highest selling card, it hasn't really changed very much. One week was an outlier, actually, which was the same week the highest card sold. Cards before 2000, 8, 11, 5, and 3. So a little bit of a bump in 236 and 235, and then again a downtrend in the last couple weeks, probably to do with the fact that Tom Brady's been dominating. Looking over the last 3 periods here, if you remember, we looked at May 17th through June 7th, then June 21st through July 12th, and now we are looking at July 19th through August 9th. The highest selling card is by far higher. The lowest selling card is quite a bit lower. But as you can see, the average cards before 2000 has gone up quite a bit. So I think we are seeing a little bit of momentum build towards cards from the 90s and before. The defensive players I did not look at in the last video. I happen to have some data for it this time, and it's about similar to what we saw in the May to June period, so that hasn't changed much. Just looking at the graphs here, the Tom Brady cards selling over the last little while, not much change. There was the one odd week 2 weeks ago where only 8 of his cards sold, and the highest selling price again was going up considerably, and then in the last week was down quite a bit. So just as a quick recap before we get into looking at all these cool cards in the past month, there is quite a bit of a difference in the top selling card. Brady still continues to dominate. Mahomes basically just in second. And then the pre-2000s cards, we are seeing a little bit of an uptick, and the floor has kind of fluctuated a little bit with that one random week being 1500. But let's go back and take a look at some cards. We're going to start with auction 235. We're just going to go quickly through these. Some newer cards up here, the bottom card being Baker Mayfield's 2018 Cracked Ice. We're seeing this new Topps Chrome product with the Tecmo Bowl being super popular still. I'm going to focus in on a few cards here every week, and then we're going to just scroll through. As you can see, Brady dominating. You'll see tons of Brady cards. This Randy Moss is really cool. This rookie auto, one of the few cards before 2000, and then one of the few vintage cards that you could call it, Eric Dickerson PSA 10 rookie. The downtown Tom Brady now upwards of $6,000, so quite a rise for that card. As you can see, some Mahomes patch autos, some more Mahomes, more Brady here. Another Brady, actually, we saw 2 of these. Fleer Showcase number 250. One BGS 6.5, one PSA 5. There's a huge difference there. I think I would prefer the BGS 6.5, but I'd have to take a closer look at the card. Another one of these Kaijus coming up from the new Topps Chrome set. This is an awesome card, this Lynchpins, Barry Sanders PSA 9. If you don't know the Lynchpins set, all these little holes here, I'm going to just zoom in here. These pins are actually basically little holes in the card that go through. So it's a really cool looking card, and obviously hard to grade with that many holes in it. Moving up, again, just a row of Brady's here. The BGS 9 Bowman Chrome now going over 10K. Pretty wild how much that has climbed. This random 2025 Topps Chrome Red Geometric Bo Nix Auto. Second year Bo Nix out of 5 for $10,000. Or the Bowman Chrome Tom Brady for $10,000. I think I'm taking this card. I don't know. I don't know if this one's going to do too well long term, but we'll see. This is kind of cool. A gold Kaboom Joe Montana out of 10. One of the few defensive players we'll see, if you could call it that. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I don't know if you remember in COVID, this was a huge card, and it's back now. And then the top row for the week, this random Mark Bulger card on the front, but of course Tom Brady on the back, as well as a PSA 10 Bowman Chrome, now worth $32K. This is not a refractor. The refractor probably about a year and a bit ago was just around $30K, and now this Bowman Chrome base is $32K. Absolutely wild. And then the top card for the week was the Joe Montana rookie at PSA 10. I don't quite remember the pop on this, but a great looking card. On to auction number 236. Again, we see some random modern cards with Jordan Love starting off. A rookie patch auto, 1 out of 1 for $5K. Interesting. While this Caleb Williams second year Kaiju is also for $5K. Wonder who will be the better long-term pickup. If I was going to bet anything, I would say Jordan Love, but who knows. An autographed Tom Brady here. A Prism Finite Black Brock Bowers. I think it's a second year, maybe third year card. I don't remember now. I think a third year. PSA 9 for $5K. Puka Nacua here. Just going to scroll up again real quick. Some random designs on some Brady cards. Some more rookies here. BGS 9 dropping this week. Very funny how this actually dropped about 4K. Or maybe it wasn't. Oh, this is just the Bowman, right? The Bowman is 4K difference from the Bowman Chrome. Fair enough. Another linchpins here. PSA 9. Barry Sanders. So another cool example of the card. This one was one I had my eye on. I was not going to buy it, but I was just curious about the price. The 1999 Metal Universe Precious Metal Gems Emmitt Smith out of 50 in a BGS 8.5, 7,800. To me, this is a great buy. I mean, there's not many Precious Metal Gems from the 90s of Emmitt Smith. Absolutely amazing. Another great buy here, the 2001 Fleer EX Essential Credentials Drew Brees rookie out of 29 in a BGS 9. One of the best quarterbacks ever for that. For 8,700 is absolutely wild. I'm sure we'll see some. Look at this. A gold refractor out of 50 for Jackson Dart rookie auto, or a Fleer Essential Credentials out of 29 for Drew Brees. I don't know. I think this is a pretty obvious one to me, but people just hype up these new quarterbacks like it's just crazy. Then a silver Patrick Mahomes, which is wild, for 9K because of this NBA gold sticker. Another Drew Brees, 1 out of 1's finest superfractor, going for 10K. Another great buy, I think. Then we got Big Ben out of 10, Prism Gold. And then a Drake May Prism Gold out of 10, a rookie at least. So interesting to see those two side by side. Another PMG, this time of John Elway, and another PMG of John Elway. So 2 PMGs, both 50K, both just excellent buys, I think. I don't think you could go wrong at these prices if the card market keeps the way it is. And then we have a whole row of PMGs. Another Emmitt Smith here, Steve Young, Brett Favre leading the way here. And then one more PMG with the Dan Marino at 19-2. Interesting how much the Marino goes over the Elway at the PSA 8. Both PSA 8s. Continuing up, another Precious Metal Gems, Emmitt Smith out of 50. Interesting, this 8.5 here versus this 8.5. So this one obviously a lot more desirable, the 1998 versus the 1999. The top row rounding off with some more Brady's and Mahomes. Is Brady's playoff momentum out of 199 and a PSA 10. Absolutely wild card for 66K. Moving on to auction number 237. We're just going to go quickly through here until we find something a little bit more interesting. Lots of ultra modern National Treasures. Chris Carter. This is the 1 week randomly where it was much lower. I have a feeling this coincided with the National, and that's why you see such lower prices, which is fair. I wouldn't want to be selling on that week, so unfortunate for some of these sellers. A PSA 8 Walter Payton, one of the few vintage cards. A 25 Nebula of Marshall Faulk, which is pretty cool for 2K. Interesting mix on this week. This playoff contenders, another 101. This one of Randy Moss. Jackson Dart there again. Purple refractor of 75 for 2,600. Not so sure about these Jackson Dart cards, but maybe I'm wrong. A PSA 10 reprint, but an auto of Walter Payton, which is pretty interesting. Couple of gold prisms of Steve Young here. Really much lower prices here. There's clearly Donruss downtown, which is kind of cool. 6,600 of Brady. The Skybox Thunder Super Rave of Randy Moss out of 25 and a PSA 6 for 6,900. Really cool card. The Super Raves are super rare, obviously. And then rounding off the top cards here, another PMG that we see of Randy Moss this time, a rookie PMG out of 50. Absolutely sick card. And then the top selling card of the month is this flawless Patrick Mahomes rookie patch auto out of 25. Then just looking at this past week, number 238, we got Tom Brady here on the bottom, along with Justin Herbert. A Bowman Chrome Gold Refractor Adrian Peterson PSA 10 out of 50. A rookie card out of 50 for Adrian Peterson in a PSA 10 for 4,300 seems like a great buy, considering when you look beside those two, you got a Jackson Dart Color Blast, okay, and a White Sparkle, sure, and a BGS 8. I know I would go for the Adrian Peterson on that case. Some Brady and Mahomes and CJ Stroud there. More Brady and Mahomes. This is that really heavy Brady week. A Finest Features Refractor Randy Moss and Drew Brees rookie auto. BGS 9.5. Cool cards there. This is a cool card of Peyton Manning. Yellow felt die cut rookie 1 out of 1 in a BGS 9.5 for 4,900. Think of all the Jackson Dart cards, Caleb Williams, CJ Stroud cards we've seen for more than that, versus a 1 out of 1 rookie out of Peyton Manning. I don't know. Seems pretty nutty to me. But again, like, just look. We have a patch 1 out of 1 Topps Chrome Superfractor Jackson Dart here for more than that one. That's just crazy to me. Some more Brady cards. I remember looking at these cards not long ago, maybe about a year plus ago. You could have gotten these at PSA 7 for a couple thousand and did not get that. So regretting it now. Some more Brady's here. Cool rookie art graphics there. And then a gold refractor as well. Josh Allen alter ego there. Stained glass here. A Michael Penix gold kaboom for 7,200. Some more Patrick Mahomes silvers, this time for 7,800 without the NBA sticker on it. Again, we're getting up and seeing Jackson Dart gold prism out of 10 for 9,300. That's basically 2 times that 1 out of 1 Peyton Manning rookie. So sure. Again, we're getting dominated here by the Bowman Chrome Tom Brady's. Down a little bit from that last week that we saw in I think the first week. It was just over 10K for those exact cards. More Brady and Mahomes and this awesome Joe Montana gold kaboom. And then rounding off the top, unusual, we don't see Brady or Mahomes or some other legend. We got the 2007 Finest gold refractor of Tom Brady. And then beside those, we have 2 National Treasures Justin Herberts. Interesting that he is the top seller of this past week. That's it. That's the whole recap. Let me know in the comments what stood out to you. Did I miss anything really important? Am I going too fast, going too slow? Let me know for the next recap or if you want to see more of these videos. Thanks for watching. See you again soon.